Hey guys, what's going on? It's Coach BJ. I'm here with a brand new segment called Aero as F. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different riding positions as well as equipment, and we're going to put them side by side to see just how aero something is or how not aero it is with real-time CDA data. Before you do anything, hit like and hit subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the new videos that are coming out. This particular one is about hands in the drops, straight arms versus bent arms. Which is better and by how much. So let's take a look at the ride and we'll talk on the other side.
I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around. Could be ourselves, didn't have much, but nevertheless we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come with me, with me, with me. Turn around 180 degrees and cross the sea. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Knew we could do so many great things. So believe in me, I believe in you, and I just feel that this will be an upswing. So hear me out. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we chasing all that we
All right, so the first thing you're going to notice when you're looking at this video is on the bottom right hand corner, that's our real-time CDA gauge. It's going to tell you what's going on in real time. It's on a 15-second smoothing cycle, so it's a little slow to react and to hit its critical mass, but you know, just like putting your power on an average, it'll get there. It just takes a little bit of time. And we have the averages listed at the very bottom. The average of the first position versus the average of the second position. I think I actually messed up and put the average of the second position at 32 or 320 when it was actually 33, but that's okay. Let's take a look at our actual CDA right here. All right, so the real number itself is a decimal. I just made it a whole number on the screen in the gauge because it was easier to read. But we have 0.351 as our average for arms straight and 0.336 for arms bent. That's a difference of 0.015. The higher the number is, the more surface area you have or the less aero you are. The real thing everyone wants to know is how much time does it save or lose. So we're going to look at the times. This is for 1K, 4K, and 20K. I do all the testing at 250 watts because it's a good enough power that it's something you would experience in a race. It's putting me over 20 miles an hour, so it's something relatable. Not too slow, not too fast. And it's a power that I can hold consistently for the whole test. If I had done all of these at 500 watts, there'd be a lot more variability there. All right, so based off of my weight at this time, a 1K at 250 watts would have taken me 1 minute 39 seconds. And with bent arms, it would have taken me 1 minute 38 seconds. So that's a difference of 1 second. When we move on to the 4K time at 250 watts, it would have taken me 6 minutes 39 seconds versus 6:33. So that's a difference of 6 seconds over 4K. 4K is the distance of an individual pursuit, or 16 laps of a track, a standard 250 track. And then we go on to the 20K. That's a difference of 33:16 versus 32:49. So almost half a minute. And the reason I picked these different distances is because they're going to represent different situations in a race. I did not ride any of these distances. I'm on a 1 mile course, which is 1.6K, and I do half with one position, half with the other. So I end up doing 800 meters of each. So I didn't even ride a full 1K, but we can extrapolate that data and figure out what it would be at 1, 4, and 20K. And that's important. We could just go out and ride a 20K, but it's important to do that extrapolation with the data, because over 20K, the chances of you being exactly 250 watts, not deviating your position, having a smooth road surface continually for the full 20K, it's very unlikely. So your testing is going to then be affected by the environment more than it is by the actual position or the test. So that's why getting this data and then extrapolating out, different times is super important. So the times are great, but we're also going to look at the power. How much power do you save, or how much power do you waste? When we're looking at 15 miles an hour, it's a difference between 88 and 85 watts, so 3 watts difference. And I did all of these in miles per hour because we're American and we like our miles per hour. But there's kph in there as well as we go along. So 5 miles an hour each, starting at 15. 15's relatively slow for a race, but you could experience that. When we go to 20 miles an hour, it's a difference of 182 and 175, so 7 watts. When we go up to 25 miles an hour, it's a difference of 12 watts. And then at 30 miles an hour, difference of 21 watts. Between 15 and 30, those are sustained speeds that you're probably going to experience in your races. You might be wondering, if I'm lighter than Coach BJ, which is very possible, very probable, would my powers be different? Yes. So it might take me 550 watts to go 30 miles an hour with straight arms. It might take you 300 watts. The difference between your straight arm and bent arm, though, for you and your 300 watts will still be 21 watts. So it works out the same. The difference in times and the difference in powers, that delta will always be the same, whether or not it's exactly my number. So we're still looking at a difference of 3, 7, 12, and 21 watts. And 21 doesn't sound like a lot, but it could be the difference between being under threshold and over threshold. Something sustainable versus something with, diminishing sustainability where you're not going to be able to hold it for very long. So 21 watts can actually add up to be quite a bit. So that's everything we got today, guys. Really trying to nail home the difference between the straight arms and the bent arms. If you have any questions on what went into this test, pop it in the comments. Let me know. If you have a suggestion or a request for a position you want to test, you want me to test, some equipment you want me to test, comparing them together, different helmets, different shoes, let me know. We'll see what we can do about that. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you're up to date with all the content. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, get smart, be strong, go fast.